Hi class, the purpose of this video is to show you how to use Microsoft Excel, when actually I'm going to use Google Sheets because I realize some of you may not have Excel at home, so I want to show you that Google is an option for you. If you go to mydtcc.edu and go to your Resources tab, you'll see a link right here to your Google Drive. If you click on that, it opens up your Delaware Tech Google Drive. We're going to create a new Google Sheet, and we're going to set up this Google Sheet for our cost estimating project. So if you have not already done this, or if you did it in Excel, that's fine. I just know some of you were looking for some help with Google Sheets and Excel, so I want to be able to describe it here. So at the top, I'll just write in description, and then I'm going to put in my dimensions. I'm just going to type my information in. Now I already had this information inputted, which is why it came in so quickly. So right here, I actually want this to say dimensions, and I want it to go all the way across the length, width, and the height. So if you highlight all three of these cells and right-click, you can merge these cells. So you can do it that way, or if you come up to here, you can click Merge Cells. If you want to merge, and then if you want them centered, just come over here and center the text, and then we can bold the text. And I also want the text to be all the same size, so I'm just going to select this and make sure that everything's Arial with 12-point font. Okay, so now we can get started. So I am going to just select a part of my screen, and then I'm going to use this button right here to create borders for all of the cells. Now the one thing you want to do when you're using Sheets or Excel is you want to check your print region. So a lot of you, when I print your estimates, it's going off the page, or it's going onto one page is going onto two pages. So you need to set up your print region. So if you take a look at this, you can actually go and you can look to see what pages are going to be printed, or what cells are going to be printed. So one simple way is just to simply go to File, Print, and it will show you a print preview. So note that mine is in landscape mode. So all of my cells are fitting. I actually have 2 extra cells. So that looks good for right now. Now, however, my description box is probably going to get a little bit bigger, so I may have to adjust this. So what I want to make sure is that all of your side calculations are over here in the description bar. So let's, for example, if I have, for excavation and backfill, if I want to know the average depth, I'm going to input that information over here. If you double click between A and B, it'll expand this column to the size of your data. Now make sure that all your data is organized in a fashion so all the numbers read correctly and you can understand everything. I also have another column that I insert right here, and this column allows me to put in some of my data calculations. So I'll show you an example. When I do centerline perimeter, I actually put in the numbers that I'm multiplying. So if I'm doing 2 times 40, I'll put what that is equivalent to over here with the 80. I just want to make sure that I show everyone all of my work. So I encourage you to do this as well. It's really required for the project. Okay, so now if I double click between each of these, it's just going to shorten the length of each of these columns, and that's okay. That's what we want to do. And then I'm going to go back to File, Print, and I just want to look at that preview, and I'm going to notice that actually it still fits on the page. It looks like it's fine. So my page looks good from here. I'm going to download this Google Sheet that I just created as an Excel file and give it to you guys to work with. The one thing that you'll have to do is above, you're going to have to insert your information. So take a look at your book and how it sets that up. It gives you an example. Has like your name, the name of the project, etc. But otherwise, you should just need to show the description. All your side calculations go here, and then of course your takeoff information goes here, and then you have to have your length, width, and height, and your totals. Make sure that you're also putting your units in here, so you may want to type units over in this section and show cubic feet and cubic yards. So I'll give you an example. When I do the excavation of the crawl space, just so you can see it, I have excavation of crawl space, and when I have a heading like this, I bold it and I underline it, and then I'll put in my length, my width, my height, my units, or I'm sorry, my total and then the units. And then I also put in the cubic yards as well. And then I bold my answer with the cubic yards that's easy for someone to look at. Now some of you have also included some more detailed information like 0.01, some of the master format numbers, and that's fine as well. I just do want to make sure, I'm going to show you guys again my, say you're calculating the concrete wall for the crawl space and you have to subtract out the crawl space attic access. Make sure that you write less crawl space attic access and that you show the calculation for what that the cubic feet are for that window. Okay, and then you should show how you subtracted that out of the total. If, again, like how I wrote this, less crawl space attic access protrudes over my column for description, just double click here between A and B and it will expand that column to the correct size. And then of course always check to make sure that your printing isn't going off of the page. You want to keep everything on an 8.5 by 11, or if you have to do 11 by 17, that's fine. Just make sure all your data is fitting onto one page, and if it's not, you need to adjust it so that it does fit. So again, I'll download this Excel spreadsheet so that you guys can use it. It won't have any of the numbers in there, obviously. The other thing I want to show you how to use is formulas so that you can see how I created these. So if we go over here to the 2 times 40, to use formulas in Excel, you'll click on the space like I have here, and then you will write equals. You can see what I'm typing is right here and here. The sum of, and then I do an open parentheses, and I could say 2 times is shift, and then number 8, 40, and then hit close parentheses and hit enter, and it creates a numeric number. If your number doesn't show up like this, click on the cell and go to format and just say number, and then it will show up properly. Up here you can decrease the decimal places or increase the decimal places. We want 2 decimal places at all times, so we're going to leave it like that. The other thing is if you have information within your cells, so say I have a length of 20 feet, a width of 30 feet, and a height of 8 feet. For my total, I can use the mathematical features in Excel again. I would just write equals sum, open parentheses, click on that cell, shift number 8, click on this cell, shift number 8, and then click over here. So I'm just saying, when I say shift number 8, it's me creating this times right here. And then close parentheses and hit enter, and it will give you a number. Okay, so there's just some features that you can use in Microsoft Excel. Say this was cubic feet, then you can come down here and you can say equals the sum of this cell divided by 27, close parentheses, and that would give you cubic yards. Excuse me. So I hope this little video helped you, and please remember to organize your information neatly so that it is easily readable. Thank you.